I gotta come back and tell y'all this little story, right? I have to tell y'all this little story. So, I'm living in Jamaica as an expat, right? Y'all see this hair? This just I decided when I turned 50 that I wasn't gonna dye my hair no more. I have been gray since I have been born. I've had this gray spot right here since I was born, and all the rest of this shit came in my 20s, right? I mean, like early 20s, like 21. I had gray hair.
Hello guys, welcome back again to the channel. So into today's video, we are going to see a very interesting thing. Most of the Americans are moving from America and coming to Jamaica, not only for the vacation, but they are coming to stay for G. When I say for G, I mean for good. So we want to watch out this video and see the reasons to why most of these Americans they are moving away from their country and they are coming to settle permanently in Jamaica. So stay tuned and watch this video until the end. And remember, if you are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscription button, and also you can comment, like, and share the video.
And I started dyeing it when I got about 30. It used to be exotic when I was younger, and I started dyeing it when I got about 30 years old. And at this big age of 51, my hair was black, 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 and I had to dye it, and only the edges would turn gray. So I decided when I turned 50, I wasn't dyeing my shit no more. So I don't fucking dye it. Yeah, I wear wigs a lot, not because I don't like the gray hair. It's because I don't like doing my fucking hair. I don't like. That's why I locked it, because I've never worn my natural hair since I've probably been 25 years old. I've always had braids, weave. I just started wearing wigs. I ain't never wear wigs in my life, but I guess at this big age, it's time to wear wigs, because that's what wigs is for, old bitches. But you young bitches need to leave it alone. So I be trying to fuck with them, but I love my hair. I love my hair. I love my hair. I love my hair. So anyway, I'm just looking at it. So I thought I'd talk about it. But what I do want to talk about is living in Jamaica is such a gem. It's a very rare experience, right? So I live in Uptown. I live between downtown and Uptown. I live like by Halfway Tree. I live by Devon's house, if y'all know where that is, real close to an area called New Kingston. Like, that's what I do. I love the ghetto because I'm from the ghetto, but I also don't want to go to another country and live in the ghetto because I'm not from Kingston, so it doesn't make sense that I go mingle and walk around. Some places, like if I walk to the grocery store, which I love to do because for whatever reason I love to be around people. Like, I can go anyway. I gotta take off my jewelry. I can't walk with my little jewelry on because they snatch chains. Like, I ain't even pressed about the cost of the chain. This chain has sentimental value. One of my girlfriends died. I have her tattoo right here of leukemia, and she was 10 years older than me. And back in the day, I used to go with her when she had this jade on, which is called a lifesaver. That's what we call it. And well, I call it. She had a jade lifesaver on, and I used to go with her. We used to go out and boost, because yes, I used to be a booster, and go do little strange shit for her change. And she used to go, well, for change, and she used to go make payments on her necklace while I was just trying to survive. So when she passed, I went to a big Chinese jewelry store, and I just paid for it. Like, I paid a couple $1,000s for the whole ensemble. It's 24 karat. This one is not this one. And you know, that was my remembrance of her. That was the way I remember her. And it made me feel like an adult, because I remember she made payments on it, and we was hustling to get the payments. Well, we was hustling for different shit. I was hustling to feed my kids, and
Okay. It's day 6. I'm on day 6 in Jamaica. Yeah, day 6. Look at my skin. Am I glowing? Because I feel like I'm glowing. I'm on day 6. Day 6 of moving to Jamaica. And again, I know I came here and my nails had a fungus on them, which is why I took all the nails off, because I got a fungus at the nail salon. My face was dry and broken out. You know what I'm saying? Like, my hair was, we was okay with my hair. Like, I really never had any complaints with my hair. But the way my body feels here versus being in the U.S., I don't know. I keep saying, like, it's hard for me to be in a space being mistreated. And let me also say, I have not shaved, okay? I have not shaved. I'm not a girl who wants to shave. These men have been so complimentary, And in my natural body, and not just men, the women too, like everyone is very complimentary of my natural beauty. And for me, it just feels like alignment. It just feels like alignment, and I am happy to be here. Welcome to Jamaica. Listen, I'm practicing my patois.
No, it does not take a lot of money to move to Jamaica, but what it does take is you to have a plan. You have to start working on it now. You know, even if you're deciding to move next year or 2027, come up with a plan. Many of you all don't know, but I started planning this move long before I got here. Start to get rid of those things, material things that you have no need for, that you've been holding on to, because trust me, you won't need them here in Jamaica. But also think about what some of your deal breakers are. I know I had some. Let me know what one of yours was. One of mine is that I would not lower my standard of living once I came to Jamaica. And I haven't had to do that, so let me know what your deal breakers are. Some of you all don't mind lowering your standards. That just wasn't me. But I want to know what your deal breakers are. All right, love you, bye.
It takes grit. It takes money. It helps to have some major connection to the island through family, a right to be here. The answer to how did we do this? My initial response would say it's definitely not as easy as it may seem when you see these pretty highlight reels and cute pictures. Now, a year later, actually almost 2 years later, after we made the decision to prepare ourselves to come and relocate to Jamaica and be able to spend more time in Jamaica, which we are still working on. No, we did not just decide to up and move one day. My husband is born and raised in Jamaica, and it was an ongoing discussion over the years of him wanting to go back, me the last few years feeling burnt out from my stressful attorney job. After we had our son was really the nail in the coffin, where we were post-pandemic, reevaluating priorities, kindergarten years, picking schools, which is stressful in the large city we lived in the United States. All of these things had us thinking collectively, is this really it? Are we about to commit to this? Definitely wasn't overnight. And in addition to that, since I met my husband, we were married in Jamaica, we regularly visited Jamaica, we kept increasing that frequency over the years, mostly as vacation, but of course, we're not the typical visitors. We would do things with his family. I loved feeling more local. The last thing I would say, just like I probably do for other people, is I saw a lot of people starting to change their lifestyle since the pandemic. More remote work, more people having flexibility to travel and work for themselves. So all of those things sort of influence a question we kept hearing in ourselves that was louder and louder, like, can we do this? Is there a different way? Should we do this? Ultimately, all of these factors combined to make us decide in 2023 that it was time to make a drastic change. I was really the catalyst. I said, I'm gonna leave my job. That was a huge leap of faith, but once I made that commitment, it was like, we're gonna make this work. We continued working. I became self-employed to make this possible, and that has continued. In late 2024, we really began the process of preparing to send a container to Jamaica. We obtained stuff to fill a home and plan to use the returning resident process. Just keep in mind, this is a highlight reel. My main point being that nothing is as easy as I've shown. You see from some of my videos that the process of transitioning was expensive. I'm happy to have come out mostly on the other side of this process that was in fact very expensive and stressful. It's hard. You have to have a strong will. You don't have to have a partner, but you need to have a strong support system. For me, having the partner doing it that's so connected to Jamaica obviously is helpful. Some people want to relocate as a single person. You can do that, but you need a strong support system, whether in Jamaica, back home, friends, family. It was a stressful process. It was a time-consuming process that involved a lot of self-doubt, a lot of questions about what we were doing, if it would be worth the stress. I remember distinctly a night in fall of 2024 where I was probably having my cortisol spike over the edge, and my friends asked me, like, do you think it'll be worth it, or it'll be okay when you're there? And I said confidently yes. You kind of move in silence when you have such a big life transition, and you speak confidently while internally hoping, gosh, I hope everything works out. And that was really us most of 2024. With that said, those comments I made have come true. Our transition will continue, I think, for a couple of years until we feel like, oh, we're in a great place and we're all set up. But we've made huge accomplishments to get down here. I've met great friends. I feel like I'm building my own community here.
The train is going east now.
Can I just have one more minute?
Then the train will go without you.
No. Okay, I'll catch the Polar Express in 2 minutes, okay?
Okay.
It has 1000% been worth it. I think if you're planning a few years out for a move, I would start budgeting, start saving whatever you can. If you have investments, maybe make them more liquid. You do want to ship a container, plan for the returning resident, build a home, buy land. Most places we're on the North Coast are appreciating in value, and it's the best time to get in. So I hope you figure it out. Try to do it for yourself. You won't regret it.
It's everything that blows my American mind about living in the Caribbean. I know this sounds silly to say out loud, but the fact that I can see the ocean from my house is insane to me because I personally never saw the ocean as a kid until I was probably 12 years old on a trip to Maine. And I mean, I guess people in the United States can grow up near the ocean too, but for me, I grew up in the Midwest, and that just, every single day I wake up and I'm just like, oh my God, it's right there. That's crazy. The second thing is how much I've acclimated to like the weather here. So my housemates love AC, and I've actually gotten used to the weather without it, and now I kind of prefer not having AC if I can choose. So for instance, this is our thermostat currently at 76, and normally like that would have been perfectly fine for me, but now that I've been living here for 2 years, like I'm freezing. Like I was intentionally sitting outside so I didn't have to go put a sweater on. The third is how quickly food goes bad here. Like, so I got this banana yesterday and it was completely yellow, and now it is brown and mushy and has these little divots in it. The reason why food goes off so quickly here is because it's all shipped from the United States, and obviously that shipping process takes some time, so it's actually a lot older than the food that we get at the grocery store in the United States. Next is, even though cost of living here is very high, it's similar or comparable to what I would be paying in rent in Boston with roommates. The only caveat is that I get a much nicer apartment for the same price as I would get in Boston. Next is that there's actually no income tax on Americans living abroad as long as you earn under $130,000 USD. If you live in a country that has no income tax already, then you don't pay any taxes at all, which is amazing. You do pay the price though when it comes to the quality of groceries that you can get, and the price. Groceries are much more expensive. I spend probably 4 times my grocery budget in the United States, and the quality is awful. I have actually started my own garden to grow some of my own spices and some of my own vegetables because the cost here for good vegetables is insane, and the quality is much fresher when it comes from my own garden. So it really helped me with homesickness when I first moved here. This is some cabbage I'm currently growing. Next thing that I really didn't expect was that seeing your friends and just being a generally happy person is so much easier when the sun is shining outside, there's no traffic, and you generally just live in close proximity to your friends. When the weather's nice, you're close to your friends, you just are a happier person. It seems so simple, but I just didn't expect it. Again, on friends, it is very easy to make friends in a place where a lot of people are actively moving to because they're without any close friends because they're moving here supposedly on their own or with a partner. Also, people come and go often, so people are always looking to make new friends. The last one is that Caribbean food is so drastically underrated. I had never been to a Caribbean restaurant in the United States, but oh my God. It is some of the best food I've had in my entire life and probably one of my favorite types of cuisine now. So what do you think? Would these things blow your mind?
What I learn, I grew up at Jamaica. And what I know people are going to ask, which part of Jamaica? Yeah, fake it, whatever. St. James, Mobile, Anchovy High School. You want to know something more? Hold on to me writing book about my life and you'll figure it out. Anyway, right now I make some cupcakes and I'm not follow no recipe. As me not do that in life neither. But we just go work it out. Anyway, let's get into it. First thing I'm learning at Jamaica is how to be myself. Like how to walk confidently in myself. Because in Norway we have this, it's like an unwritten rule, but it's more like a subconscious rule. You can look it up if you want and read more about it. Blood clot. It's called the law of Jante, or like we say in Norway, Janteloven, which basically means that you know, if you think highly of yourself, you know, if you think like you're never supposed to brag by yourself, you're never supposed to like feel good about nothing what you do, you're not supposed, like, you know, if you have blood clot confidence, that's how I read it and how I interpret it and how it really affect people in Norway. So like, if you think highly of yourself at all, which is a really fuck up mindset if you have, if you ask me, because excuse me, why am I not supposed to feel good about being me? That don't make sense. So like Jamaica really teach me to like have the confidence, like no matter what you look like, no matter what the walks of your life are going with, like it don't really matter. Like you just know so you can walk and proud of yourself and proud of what you look like and who you be and all these things. And Jamaica really teach me that, because Norway no pretty that. So Jamaica really teach me to have confidence in my own self, which I appreciate, because God know so many people know why you have to walk with confidence, you know. And over here, so if you walk with confidence, people are just, oh my gosh, she thinks she's like all that. Yeah? And what problem? Jamaica teach me, say, it's no problem. The second thing what Jamaica really teach me is how to defend myself. I may not necessarily mean war, you know, but don't try it. You know what I mean? But like defend myself and make sure say nobody can go step on my feet. Nobody can like just talk to me away. I mean, I'll go say nothing. Because in Norway, we scared of conflict. We scared for make too much noise, scared for say something if anything. Like no man, Norwegian people will run the other way. And then make them people talk to them any which way they feel like. You can't play that in a Jamaica. I respect that. And it really teach me to like stand up for what I believe in. If know say, yo, my truth or my truth, you know, I might not agree with it, but one thing you not gonna do, I disrespect my thing. And one next thing what Jamaica teach me, to be grateful for life. So like every day when you wake up, grateful. And every day when you wake up, you can change something in your life. So like from you have life, you can achieve and do anything. You just have to like hold the mission, hold the vision, and just be grateful. In Norway now, I'm gonna feel people wake up with the same type of gratefulness and appreciation for the fact that they wake up, because they take certain things for granted, you know. So like Jamaica really teach me how to value and appreciate and be grateful for the fact that I wake up, and every day I wake up and give thanks. So it's like major lessons, you know, like Jamaica really teach me some things about myself, about life, how to think and live, what I will and will not allow in my life. So yeah, it did change me for the better one. But I'm grateful for experience both worlds, because I wouldn't be without that I wouldn't not be in a like have a relationship with Norway like my body so. But Jamaica really teach me a different settings that me just carry with me for the rest of my life. And this is why I feel like it's really important, you know, for like if you have the ability to travel, if you can do that, you have to try to do it, because you learn so much when you step out of your own place, your own town, your own country. You see more people, you get different perspective on life. You really like, you can meditate differently than when you just see what you're just used to and you never try to expand your mind. And even if you can't travel, there's like the information out there, you know. So if you just like expand your mind to a different degree and take in different culture, different perspectives on how to live, and really find out your own values and how you want to deal with yourself and how you want to deal with people, I think it'd be really important for like the self-development. So it's a privilege, you know, but we can all do something to expand our mind and become greater than we were yesterday. I never used this type of flour before. It's like gluten-free, all that jazz. So I'm kind of excited. Something women just learn in a life. It's like no matter who it be, you can always learn something from everybody. You no matter the role what I'm having in your life, you can always learn something from people. So whatever you know the lesson may be, take it, roll it, understand it, and grow with it. So yeah, welcome to my show, my cooking show, where per usual, I don't know what I do, but I'm gonna update you about these cupcakes and see if it actually tastes good.
3 things I learned since I moved to Jamaica. Number 1, this is not America, okay? Jamaica culture is not American culture. One thing I had to learn, I had to leave that American shit in America. The laws are different. The culture is different. The only thing American about Jamaica is the cost of living. And don't get me started about cost of living, okay? Everybody think, oh, I'm gonna go to live in Jamaica and live abroad and it's gonna be so cheap, babes. Think of it like this, like inflation has hit other places too. And inflation definitely hit Jamaica. And a lot of the things that are here, products sold and things, are all imported in. With import is customs. And this leads to my last point, okay? If you're moving here and you're gonna send things down like furniture and all that, be prepared to give your whole wallet to customs. The whole thing. Let's try this girl though. Excuse my manners, okay? But I'm gonna tell y'all this. When I ship my stuff down, my grandma warned me. She said, baby, you just better off go ahead and buy everything you need here. I said, no, grandma, it's okay. $6,000 later! And I only shipped like barely even a 1 bedroom's worth of furniture and things. Like, yeah. Just don't do it, okay? Unless the wallet is fat, okay? Okay. Other than that, I love Jamaica. And I'm gonna be honest, I was not expecting to like it this much because the humidity, we're not friends, but the people, all love. All love. I love my peoples, okay? Bye, y'all.
Hello, thank you everybody for supporting Boya 12. Boya 12 will be back shortly. I know a lot of people have questions about what happened. A lot of things happened within the past couple months, that put the business on pause. But we still offering tips on natural healing, things that you can do to heal your body, how to build your immune system, or if you have any questions, you still free to inbox us and message us. Because of the transition with the business, myself and my business partner has separated ways, which has caused a lot of issues, and I'm working on fixing all those issues, and I will now be just by myself without a partner. So I'm doing this also because my sister actually encouraged me to start making videos on my journey, and my journey in which I moved from the US to Jamaica. I'm not a Jamaican citizen, but I was kind of forced to move here, and I'll explain that later on in my journey. But I'm currently a U.S. citizen married to a Jamaican man, living in the local life, not the tourist life, and just share with you guys my everyday life, what it's like to live here, what it's like to work here, and also display natural herbs and remedies that you can use and that I have in my backyard for free. And also looking to start sending it out to people who may need it around the world, who may not have access to some of the herbs that I have naturally and for free. So I hope you guys support me and on this journey, that you guys follow, like, share, subscribe to my TikTok, and I also have a YouTube page as well, and I'll drop that soon within the coming videos. So I'm gonna try to share this as much as often as I can. And yeah, thank you guys, and I hope you enjoy. Today it's beautiful out here. Sitting in a garden outside taking a lunch break because I currently work here now. and I have a lot to share when it comes to working abroad.
I was just coming on here to talk about this, right? Because the more I the more I shine bright like a diamond, the more attention I receive, right? And so I know why people are here. Like I said, I have good energy. I am just having to, or let me say this, I had to pivot. I'm not going to talk about it all right now, but I do want to get into like a deep dive of protecting your energy, as a energy and light source, and what that looks like and what I've learned over years of attracting a lot of attention everywhere I go. But I think you have to know, again, culture and people's underlying intentions. And
I hope you have seen those videos, compilation of videos, and have seen the way people are talking. I mean, people imagine moving to another country simple and peaceful because of short videos they see online. But the people in this video explains the relocation takes planning, patience, financial preparation, and also willingness to start over. Because if you are not ready, you cannot just relocate from one place to another. The most important thing you should do is just have a plan, have a very good plan. Schedule the day maybe you'll be traveling, because that plan also should include what we call financial preparations. Without financial preparations, you may be stuck, and maybe you may travel to that country, and you may end up in the streets. And also it takes a lot of patience for you to travel from maybe to relocate from your country to another country. We have seen a lot of Americans wanting to relocate to Jamaica, but what I can tell them is that you must have a proper plan. Without a proper plan, everything is going to fail, and you may end yourself in the streets. Because relocating from one place to another, I think it is not very easy. Even a good example is try to relocate from one house to the next. You see the way it is very hectic. Same as to relocating from your country to another people's country. It is going to be now very hectic because it is not a very easy task. There's another powerful thing that we saw from this video: adaptation. That adaptation whereby you move from one environment, then you go to another, then you get to adapt with the environment, you get acclimatized with that environment. You see, also you can see that moving to Jamaica is not about recreating an American lifestyle in another location. It's about learning the culture, respecting local ways of life, building a relationship, and becoming part of a community. Because moving from one country to another, it is not a joke. It requires you to be very strong. Because let me give you an example. You cannot just, okay, maybe your parents have decided like we are going to relocate from this place, then we are going to this place. So you as a student, you'll be affected because you not be going to that school. Maybe that school is far from where you have relocated, so you need to change the school. So if you go to a new school, what do you need to do is to just adapt their way of doing things, because the school also has a culture, so you need to adapt their culture. And also you must respect the rules of the school, respect the local ways of life there. They have their rules, they're different from what you are experiencing in your school. And also you must build a relationship, because you cannot be just lonely. You can see it is very difficult, but adaptability must continue, and becoming part of this of the community, it takes a lot of time. So that is where adaptability now comes in. Also, the conversation about money was also eye-opening, because without money, without financial stability, I told you, you may not be able to relocate. And if you relocate without that much money, you may end up being in the streets on other people's country. Many people think living in Jamaica is automatically cheap, but this video, you can see it explains the daily costs, we have the daily cost, imported goods, custom charges, and unexpected expenses can become a challenge if someone is not prepared. So if you have not had a very good plan, or if you don't have a very good plan, because there's nowhere life is that cheap, because most of the people what they see online, it is not what is in a reality. Because in order for you to sustain your lifestyle, you must go to work, you must raise money, and that money is going to help you to keep that lifestyle that you want. Remember also at the back of your mind that you have bills to pay, because if you don't go to work, you cannot be able to pay this what we call daily cost and the imported goods. We have those also customs charges and unexpected expenses that you should pay because you are on another people's country. Also tax, you should put that. You can see there's a lot to be done when you plan to relocate. But beyond that, the challenges, there was also something beautiful shown in this story. Many of the people shared how life in Jamaica helped them slow down, appreciate simple things, feel more connected to people, enjoy fresh food, and find better balance compared to the stress they experienced before. Many people relocate from their countries because they feel like there's much stress. But if this is the reason, maybe they decide to move to Jamaica, because if you move to Jamaica, people there, they are very friendly. There are people who can greet you even if they don't know you. I've been telling you that their food is also very organic. It is an organic food that also has been appreciated by a lot of tourists who have explored that place. And also, this video is a reminder that changing countries does not automatically change life. Preparation, mindset, and adaptation is what matters. Without those three things, you might end up having the same life that you had before in another country. So don't think that relocating from one place to another is going to change everything. But without this preparation and mindset and adaptation, you are not going to go anywhere. Your life, even it is not going to change. So give me your thought. Do you think relocating from one place to another is going to bring down some of your lifestyle issues that you have been having in another country? So drop your thoughts in the comments below and tell me what do you think. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Till the next one.